Hi friends, welcome to lesson 7.7, which is our last lesson on money for this chapter. Today we're going to use everything we've learned about money to solve some word problems. So if you have real coins and real dollar bills, now's the time to grab those because you're really going to need to use them throughout our lesson today. If you don't have real money, and if you drew dollar bills and coins and cut them out and you have those, bring those as well, because today when we're problem solving, I'm going to ask you to show your work and do stuff with the money to follow along. All right, so why don't you go ahead and grab your money and stuff while I share this screen, and then we'll get started on how to problem solve with money. All right, so let's review the coins we've learned so far. We have our pennies, our nickels, our dimes, and our quarters. They all look very, very different, so it's important to pay attention to the details when we're looking at the coins so that we know what to skip count by and how much those coins are worth so we don't get the wrong answers or the wrong value. We can't forget the dollar, right? Here's our dollar bill with two sides, and we count it by ones because it's worth $1. Now that we've learned about dollars, dollars have the greatest value out of all the money we've learned. And we know that to count the value of a collection of money, we have to arrange it from greatest value to least valued money. So now our dollar bills, or the amount or coins that equal a dollar, would come first because $1 is worth 100 cents, right? Remember when we took away the dollar sign and the decimal point, we were left with 100. So $1 is equal to 100 cents, and that's way more than 25 cents, which is a quarter, 10 cents, which is a dime, 5 cents, which is a nickel, 1 cent, which is a penny. So our dollar bills, or coins that equal a dollar together, would always come first. How do we find the total value when the collection has dollars and coins all together? Well, we do what we always do. We skip count, except now we have to start with dollars. So if I wanted to skip count this amount of money, I would start with $1, $1.25, $1.50, $1.60, $1.65, $1.66. That dollar that I started with comes with me along the journey to skip count all the rest of the coins. It's always $1 and $1 and $1 and. Because that dollar stays. We've counted it. It's a part of our money, and it goes towards the value of the total amount of money. Don't forget about our tricky twins. Be careful not to confuse our quarters and nickels. Just remember, quarters are a little bit bigger, and it's just a floating head. But nickels are smaller, and the head has shoulders and a collar. Now, how do we write a total value that is greater than $1, right? We don't use a cent sign unless we only have cents or an amount less than 100 cents or less than $1. If we have more than 100 cents or more than $1 or exactly $1 or more, we use the dollar sign and the decimal point. The dollar sign tells us how many dollars there are. So we write the dollar sign and then write how many dollars we have. The decimal point separates the dollars from the cents. So on this side, we write how many total dollars we have. And on this side, we write how many leftover cents we have. And remember, we could draw money like this. So those of you at home that don't have real coins to use or haven't cut out coins that you've made, just grab a piece of paper and you can draw the coins and count underneath, as you follow along the video. All right, let's try solving some word problems. So here we go. Kaya gave 2 dimes, 2 nickels, 1 quarter, and 2 $1 bills to Ria. How much money did Kaya give Ria? Well, first we have to read the problem very carefully and draw the money that Kaya gave to Ria. So I'm going to read the problem again, and this time I'm going to circle every time I come to a coin, and then I'm going to draw it before I move on to the next part of the problem. So Kaya gave 2 dimes. I see 2 dimes first, so I'm circling 2 dimes, and I'm going to draw my 2 dimes. Then I'm going to cross that out so that I know, all right, I already drew that. I already drew my 2 dimes, or I already took my 2 dimes. I got my 2 dimes. Then it says 2 nickels, so I'm going to circle 2 nickels, and then I'm going to draw my 2 nickels. Then I'm gonna cross that out so that I know, all right, now I drew my dimes, I drew my nickels. Next, I see 1/4. So now I'm gonna draw a quarter. And then, am I done? I think I might be done. Let me just double check though. Let me cross out the quarter. Okay, I gave 2 dimes, 1, 2, 2 nickels, 1, 2, 1/4, quarter, and 2 $1 bills. Uh-oh, I forgot about those 2 $1 bills. So let me circle those 2 $1 bills and then draw those 2 $1 bills and then cross out the words. Now I know that I didn't forget anything, but I'm gonna double check, triple check one more time. 2 dimes, 1, 2. 2 nickels, 1, 2. 1/4, here it is, and 2 $1 bills, 1, 2. All right. Now I know for sure I didn't forget to draw any money. I didn't double draw something. Everything is good. I didn't forget anything. Now it's time to count the money from greatest value to least value. Now, if we look at our coins and what we drew, it's not arranged in order from greatest value to least value. That's okay. We could still count it in order from greatest value to least value by just starting where we're supposed to start. It doesn't matter if it's not arranged in order. We just have to make sure we're counting in the right order. So as I count, I'm gonna write down what I'm counting underneath the coin. So watch what I do. We're gonna start with the dollars because those are worth the most money. So here I go, $1, $2. Notice how I use a dollar sign and the decimal point to show $1 and $2. And there's no cents right now. We didn't count any extra cents. So that's why it's 0, 0 after the decimal point. So let's keep going. Quarters would come next. And I see that, let me see where are my quarters. Here they are. Here's 1/4. So I start at $2 and count by quarters. $2, $2.25. Then I go on to my dimes. $2.25, $2.35, $2.45. Then last, I finish off with my nickels because they're my least valued coin. $2.45, $2.50, $2.55. So Kaya gave Ria $2.55. So nice of you, Kaya. Let's try another one. I want you to try this one with me using either paper and pencil to draw the money or real money if you have it, or your cutout money if you made it. So let's start by reading the problem carefully and drawing the money that Ibrahim has in his pocket. So Ibrahim has 2 $1 bills, 2 dimes, and 3 pennies in his pocket. How much money does Ibrahim have in his pocket? All right, I read the whole thing. Now I'm going to go back, reread slowly, circle every time I find an amount of money that I need to draw, and then I'm going to draw it. So Ibrahim has 2 $1 bills. So I'm going to start with those. 1, 2. Then he has 2 dimes. Oh, I'm going to cross that out so that I know that I drew my $2 bills. Then he has 2 dimes. 1, 2. I drew my 2 dimes so I can cross that out. And 3 pennies in his pocket. So I'm going to circle the 3 pennies, and I'm going to draw 3 pennies, and then I'm going to cross that out so that I know, all right, I got my 3 pennies. Now I'm going to double check to make sure I didn't forget anything. 2 $1 bills, 1, 2. 2 dimes, 1, 2. 3 pennies, 1, 2, 3. Does he have any more money? Nope, we're good. Now it's time to count the value from greatest value to least valued money. Here it just so happens that it is arranged in order from greatest value to least value. We have our dollars first, then our dimes because there are no quarters, and then our pennies because there are no nickels. So let's start. I'm going to write again underneath as I count. $1, $2, $2.10, $2.20, $2.21, $2.22, $2.23. So Ibrahim has $2.23 in his pocket. Nice job. All right, here's another one. I want you to go ahead and pause the video right now. Try this problem on your own, and then play the video to continue, to check your work and to continue on. Just in case that I'm not sure if my little video thing is in the corner here, blocking some of the problem. So I'm gonna read it out loud to you, just in case you can't see the whole problem. It says, Andrew used 3/4, 2 nickels, 2 pennies, and $1 bill to buy a book. How much money did Andrew use to buy the book? Go ahead, pause the video and try this problem now, and then play it to check your answers. Go ahead. All right, let's check our work. So first, we're gonna read the problem carefully and draw the money that Andrew used to buy the book. So Andrew used 3/4. I'm gonna circle 3/4, draw my 3/4, and then cross that out. So I remember I drew my 3/4. 2 nickels, 1, I'll circle that, and then 1 nickel, 2 nickels. Cross that out, done with my nickels. 2 pennies, draw my 2 pennies, cross that out, done with my pennies. Last, we have $1 bill. Draw my dollar bill. I'm ready to go. Cross that out. Now, let's just check our problem again to make sure we didn't forget anything. So first, I see 3/4. I have 1, 2, 3/4. Then I see 2 nickels, 1, 2. Then I see 2 pennies, 1, 2. Then I see one $1 bill. Here it is. All right, now I'm ready to count the coins from greatest value to least value. If we look at this again, it's not in order. It's not in order from greatest value to least value, because we need to start with dollars. Dollars are the most valued money. So we're gonna start here with $1. Then I jump over here to my quarters. I have 3/4, so I'm gonna count by 25 3 times, starting with $1. $1, $1.25, $1.50, $1.75. Then I move to nickels because we don't have any dimes. So we're gonna count by 5s. $1.75, $1.80, $1.85. Then we finish off with our pennies. And notice here now, like right now I can tell that I didn't count all my money because there's still 2 coins left without an amount written underneath it. That's why it's so important to, as you count, write it underneath so you know that, okay, I counted this coin, I counted this coin, I counted this coin. Wait a minute, I haven't counted these 2 coins yet. And wait a minute, I left off at $1.85, so I know where I should start counting from to finish it off. So here I go, $1.85, $1.86, $1.87. So Andrew used $1.87 to buy a book. That's a great deal, Andrew. All right, one more problem. So I'll read you this problem and I want you to pause it and try it on your own again. Here we go. Anjana has 2 $1 bills, 2 quarters, and 6 dimes. How much money does she have? This one might be a little bit tricky, but just think. We're adding money together, and the more coins you have, the more amount of money you have, the more dollars you have. So be careful with this problem. Again, Anjana has 2 $1 bills, 2 quarters, and 6 dimes. How much money does she have? Pause and try this on your own now. All right, let's check our work. So first we read the problem, circle all the money, and then draw it. Anjana has 2 $1 bills, so there are my 2 $1 bills. Cross that out so I know I drew my 2 $1 bills. Then it says 2 quarters. So I draw my 2 quarters, and then I cross that out so I know I drew my 2 quarters. 6 dimes. Circle that. Draw my 6 dimes. Then I cross that out so I know. I'm going to check to make sure I didn't forget anything. So I have $2 bills, 1, 2, 2 quarters, 1, 2, 6 dimes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Awesome. All good. Now it's time to count from greatest value to least value to find the total value of the coins. This time it just so happens that our money is already in order for us, so we just have to count the dollars, then the quarters, and then the dimes. Here we go. $1, $2, $2.25, $2.50, $2.60, $2.70, $2.80, $2.90, $3. That's right. If we're counting by tens, after 290 comes 300. So after $2.90 comes $3. And then we just keep counting by tens starting at the beginning again. So $3, $3.10. Very nice. So Anjana has $3.10. Very nice. Now our next problem is a challenge problem. This problem is going to be a little different. It might require you to do 2 steps, 2 things to figure out the answer. So really listen carefully to this problem so that you understand what the 2 steps are. Okay? Make a movie in your mind of what Charles is doing in this problem, what money he has and what he does with that money. And then draw a picture to go with what you imagined to figure out your answer. All right? So let's do this one together. So Charles used 2 quarters, 1 nickel, and 3 $1 bills to buy a toy. Okay? The toy costs $1.05. How much money does Charles have left? So the problem says that Charles has money left. That means that the amount of money that he has is more than the amount that the toy costs. So if he goes and buys this toy that's worth $1.05, he's going to get some money back. He's going to have some money left. How much money is he going to have left? Well, if we're figuring out how much money he has left, what do we need to figure out first? How much money he has. First, we need to know how much money he has in the first place. So I'm going to draw to show what money he has in the first place. So let's read the problem and draw what he has. He has 2 quarters, 1 nickel, and 3 $1 bills. 1, 2, 3. Okay, let me just go back and make sure I didn't forget anything that he has. He has 2 quarters, 1, 2, 1 nickel, 1, 3 $1 bills. 1, 2, 3. Cool. Now it says the toy costs $1.05. What if I cross out how much the toy costs? Right? Here's all his money. This is all the money he has. And he needs $1.05 to buy the toy. So what if I crossed out $1.05, right? $1 and 1 nickel is $1.05, right? So if I cross that out, I'm left with some money, aren't I? Well, how much money am I left with? How much money is Charles left with? Now we just count the money he has left, starting with greatest value to smallest value. So he has $1, $2, $2.25, $2.50. Charles has $2.50 left. Awesome job, friends. So when you're at home, create word problems and use real dollars and coins at home to practice problem solving with money. If you don't have real coins, you can always draw money the way that it's shown here on this screen, or you can even draw money and cut it out so you'll actually have paper money to work with. No matter what though, make sure that you are like underneath each coin, you're writing how you're counting to find the total value. Use your mommies and daddies and brothers and sisters in your problems. My mom had $2 bills and 1 nickel and 3 quarters. She gave me 2 quarters. How much money does she have left? Use your family members to create word problems to practice problem solving with money. All right, nice job, friends. Don't forget to do your lesson 7.7 activities on Think Central, and I will see you soon where we talk about money. We're going to start talking about money in our next lessons. I mean, sorry, not money, time. We're going to start talking about time. We're done with money. This is our last money lesson, and we're going to move on to time the next time we meet. All right, friends, talk to you soon. Bye.